Hello and welcome to the Inside Indian Football episode number 46. Uh, 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 Thank you for everyone for who are waiting on the chat and who have already joined us. And we'll wait for other viewers to uh, join us, and then we can start the show. Lots of stuff to talk about Indian football. Of course, last week was a disappointment after what happened to our women's team, senior team, and I think going into this week the disappointment remains same. India could have qualified for World Cup, considering Philippines qualified for the World Cup, their first ever World Cup. So I think India missed that big chance to qualify for the World Cup, and still there is no confirmation from either of federations that what actually happened. The head coach has, of course, have spoken about it, but there is no official statement from AFC or AIFF. So I think we'll wait till the final of the AFC Asian Cup, and then maybe we'll figure it out. That then maybe we'll get a statement from either of the federation regarding the same. Anika says good thumbnail, and I think today there's a confirmation has come up from the AFF side that India is set to play two friendlies against Bahrain and Belarus in March. Very smartly we have missed the Feb window, by the way. Of course the bubble and everything I think would have not make it possible, but finally there is a confirmation regarding Bahrain and Belarus game. 23rd of March and 26th of the March, both the matches will be played in Bahrain, 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. This will be the there will be a camp, and then these games, and there will be I think some break, and then there will be another camp before the third round qualifiers, which is scheduled to take place in June. So I think this will be most likely a post-season camp for the players, and then they will have friendlies, and then they go home, and then they come back for the June, maybe a month before the June matches, because I think you will not have national team training for 3 months. These players deserve some off-season also. Of course, Igor Stimac has said, he's very happy that 2 matches have been scheduled, and they are trying to prepare for these upcoming qualifiers. And also both Bahrain and Belarus are ranked higher than us. So he said, because Bahrain is 91st in the FIFA ranking, Belarus was 94. India did very well against Bahrain in the AFC Asian Cup. Even we lost the game, but I think they did well. I think this is first ever game against the UEFA member nations since Feb 2022 or Feb 2012 when we played against Azerbaijan, where Azerbaijan won the match 3-0. So I think good start for national team preparation. Let's see where they get the camps and everything. It's an away game, so I think India can go and ideally have, say, 10-day camp in Bahrain. Bahrain is a good facilities for football, and I'm not sure of the COVID situation there. We have to check on the same. Do you have any information regarding next season, Kumar Reddy? I think if you guys remember it, I have I think tweeted and done in one of the episodes that FSDL have been trying the possibilities to get football back to normal in India, home and away. And of course, since then more reports have come up, but I think still we are dependent on the COVID situation in the country, and let's see that how the COVID situation get sorted in next couple of months. And then we'll figure it out. I think ideally we'll see home and away games. The big question mark is that will they move and have that third leg, three-legged ISL, which is kind of a necessity going into this season. I think these discussions are going on with COVID situation. I think we will not able to get confirmation unless we move very close to the season. Hi Ayush. There is some information going on Twitter about home and away. Home and away format will happen, Kumar Reddy. I have tweeted that months ago, by the way. You can go to my Twitter handle and you can see that. So don't worry, that's nothing a new information at this stage. That time clubs were informed that FSDL was trying the possibility of starting ISL around August and September, so that they can take a break for the FIFA World Cup 2022 in December. December and Jan. So I think it will eventually happen, but of course I can't guarantee you right now that it will happen unless we move very close to the season, say at least till May. And what is the situation of COVID in India? If situation remains the same the way it was during the start of the season, I think we might be another bubble season. I'm not sure is that a right way to go it, because if you see Europe, they have moved away from bubble season. There are high cases in the Europe, but still They have allowed crowd in the stadium. They have allowed little bit of relaxation for players, not as it was pre-COVID era, but now they have made it. Playing against, yes, we are playing as Belarus, we are playing against Bahrain. Any news on AFC under 16, under 19 qualifiers? Up till now, there is no confirmation from AFC side regarding the both. I think we're still waiting. So let's see what's happened. AFF election kab hai, Sanjay Kamant? I think we're far away from AFF elections right now, very honestly. There is no confirmation regarding the same. Any new teams entering ISL? Will there be an ISL club looking for change in ownership in next season? I don't think any new team will enter in this bubble in this COVID era, because if we have to remember, the merger between both the leagues will take place in next say couple of years. So will they allow new franchisees to come on board? I think it's tough to say at this moment. So I think yeah, sorry for some disturbance. There was some disturbance for me. So yeah, it's not because it's a COVID and because the merger is going to happen place. I-League team will enter into ISL eventually. That's the AFC roadmap is all about. So I'm not sure that will they allow new franchisees to enter. There were of course reports or the chatters about Ahmedabad franchisee coming into the ISL. I think there were talks happened at a multiple level, but I think it was also dependent on the merger between Chennai FC and Chennai City FC, which eventually didn't happen. I think that was a possibility that maybe the current owner of Chennai FC might shift their base after selling. I think it was at the rumor stage. I will not say it was anything confirmed, but there was some chatters among the insider of Indian footballs that Ahmedabad franchisee were discussed multiple times, considering the infrastructure they have for the football in the Transstadia Stadium and everything they're building in recent times. So I think they were, of course, they discuss about Ahmedabad, but I'm not sure will they take Ahmedabad now, because it's still an odd team. But eventually, once you get one team from I-League in next couple of years, there will be even teams. So I think nobody wants to have odd team for sure. By how many goals we lose against Belarus says yes, but I think it's tough to say. It's not that Belarus a good country, but India have played tough countries in past and done well. But considering the recent form in last 2 years under Igor Stimac, it's tough to say how we will fare against Belarus. So today I have selected 11 players from ISL and a change of approach I think India need to do. Why India need to move from traditional strikers like say Manveer Singh at this stage, because he's not performing well in the ISL. Maybe time has come India to try a Brendan and Sahel together. How they can play Brendan and Sahel together. I think there is only one way to do it. Either you put Brendan on right wing or left wing in 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2. Other way, I'm going to recommend today. I am not in that formation. I have not selected any of the number 9 by the way. So I think that will give a good idea. Kabaddi viewership is definitely higher than ISL. I think it's coming neck to neck to IPL. I will not say that it's neck to neck means I'm not saying that it's close to IPL, but say next couple of years if Kabaddi goes global, if there is a chance of Kabaddi coming into Olympics, it might give good fight to IPL compared to ISL at this stage, because the viewership overall, the digital engagement and everything is way higher than ISL at this stage. Yeah, Neil Fernandez says, I will talk about Indian players. I have lots of numbers to share. AFC Champions League games of Mumbai City will happen where I think ideally it's home and away, but AFC again have not decided. So it might be again one venue just like FC Goa happened. Because with this COVID situation, until the tournament moves to the, when we move to near dates of the tournament, then only the decisions are taken. I think ideally it is home and away tournament, but we might see the way Goa played. India might host it in Goa, say Mumbai might host it in Goa, or Mumbai City goes outside any central venue and play other 3 clubs. Hi Rudraksh, that have taken. Neil Fernandez, yes, we'll take Sor FC Champions, that's I've taken. JR Tamil, any new team? At this stage, I think it's tough to say new team in ISL, because I think it's priority of the FSDL is to get the season on track, get home and away back, and I think then they might think about bringing new team in. But of course, the merger roadmap, if goes according to plan, there will be new I-League teams entering into the ISL. So I think that's it. So from this thing, let's look into what's happening in ISL. By the way. The standing, I think, surprised with the fall of Mumbai City FC. How many of you assume that it would happen? Have league competitive nature have caught Des Buckingham, by the way, they have not won the game. They are below now. Even the Bangalore, who didn't have a good start, they are back in the 4th place. And two giants, you can say, in ISL at least, Mumbai City FC and ATK Mohun Bagan, who are the kind of a pre-season title favorites. Both are 5th and 6th. So I think, but still ATK Mohun Bagan has played 12 games and they have 20 points, as equal to as say Kerala Blaster and Bangalore FC. But not surprised with the Hyderabad and Jamshedpur FC doing well. I think that's what happened when you have a continuity at the club, same coach, same system, same players, just adding better players in the squad to make the squad better. I think I'm very happy for Hyderabad, considering it's a young club. They're trying something new in a city where football was very huge in past, and they're reviving that. They're just trying to revive Indian football in Hyderabad, but in the nearby areas also. I think good for Hyderabad overall. They have a fantastic approach of the season. But I think looking like a very competitive season, you can't say any team is out, say, till Odisha, they have 18 points. Goa, they have 15 points, but as the form in Goa is, you can't bet on Goa right now to go to the season, though there will be 20 games, by the way, and Goa have played 15. So if they win their next 5, that means 15, that will be 30 points, and I think other teams, looks like Hyderabad will get 30, looks like Jamshedpur will get 30, looks like Kerala Blaster should get 30, the form they are in. Of course, they lost the last game, but I think they should get 30 if they get all player back. And either of Bangalore, ATK and Mumbai will get 30. So I think it looks very tough for Goa and even for Odisha. I will say they played 14 games, but they have 18 points. So I think mix very. I think one of the season where all the prediction came false by there for many people. If you say, nobody would have told you that ATK will be 5th in the table, even they played 2 games less. So say, at this point, the table we have, Mumbai will be in the 6th in the table. So I think very competitive season. And kudos to Hyderabad, Jamshedpur. I think well done to Kerala Blaster coach Ivan Vukovic, getting that team motivated after Durand Cup campaign to play that well, when using those so many Indian players in the playing 11. I think good thing has happened for all these clubs. So now, there were some chatters that the league is becoming a 2-horse race, or it is becoming a 3-club race, or there is a big 3, big 2 in the league. I think clubs like Jamshedpur, Kerala, Hyderabad have, kind of come up and say, kama. It's not that is a 2-horse race. You might have more money, but with better planning, with better vision, with better people on board to run the club, we can compete you neck to neck with you, even with a lower budget. So that's the message, I think. And I think of course you can complain about any club spending over the top. You will be surprised that Mumbai City FC got Vinitra and Changte from the clubs. They are competing for the top 4 spots in the January window. Both the clubs have loaned the players, so that tell you the financial strength and muscles Mumbai City have, and they are also making sure that they have a best team for AFC Champions League. You can't blame player for going there. So that's a 2 thing here. I think I was thinking about or discussing with somebody, the 2 factor in there. One is playing in AFC Champions League, with Goa's success in AFC Champions League. Not success, but they did very well. I think every club now feel that they need to play the Champions League in Asia. And another is playing for City Football Group. You have to see that what they have done for Sergio Lopez and staff. They have arranged him club, in China. So I think that's the thing. That's the motivation for these players to join. And I think you can, of course, fans will be disappointed. So for example, Odisha fans will be disappointing. Chennai FC fans will be disappointed. But you can't blame the player to think about playing in Champions League. I think, and that should be the motivation for our players to do better always, that they want to play for the clubs and they want to make sure their club is reached to the Champions League level, because if Indian club is playing, so I think they have two options: either make their club force and win the league shield and go to Champions League, and if their club is not strong enough, I think then the other option is to join the competitive club who is fighting for Champions League spots. So I think that's the thing. वेट करना पड़ रहा है. Ivan, Kerala Blaster coach, saying he want to complete the season as soon as possible. They're tired. I think you have to, and I've discussed on this. I have raised my points regarding the bubble with you guys, that in past, that in remaining in bubble is not easy, because we also kind of living in a mini bubble here in our office. I have not met anybody from last since 22 December, since Pro Kabaddi League started. There was a lockdown in the Delhi, so we created a small bubble, not as restrict as the ISL, but ultimately it became very tough for us also mentally, coming to the office daily, not meeting anybody else, coming in a proper vehicle. So I think until you face the situation, you will not know that how tough it is, and especially for foreigners staying away from the families, and you never know, you're putting your health also on risk with the COVID outbreak in the league. But hopefully that's sorted now. I think now players and the foreign coaches and the players, they should focus more on the games. I don't think there is many cases remaining in the league anymore, so I think their focus should be on the pitch instead of off the pitch. Expect few foreigners in ISL clubs, all the foreigners in the league not interested in playing itself need mental health break. Okay, I understand. I understand that why they need it, but then this is their jobs also, right? In COVID, throughout the world, people have come out their home, done their job. It's not easy, but they've done their job. They're getting paid for it, And I'm not saying that they're inhuman, but I'm saying I understand the concern they have. But this is their job, and they knew that coming into this season, agreeing contract that it will be under a bio bubble, So it's not something new that during the season they have told that you need to remain in the bio bubble. So I think I understand the concern of these players and these players, foreign coaches, but that's what you sign up for. In the start of the season, you were told it will be in a bio bubble. It happened last season in the bio bubble. So I think if you have signed on a dotted line, that you're going to play in bio bubble season. I know it's tough to go and play, and as I said, we have been facing doing our mini kind of bubble to come to the office when there was a lockdown in Delhi. But I'm saying that's what we signed for. At our office we were told that we need to do this show. Irrespective, there is a lockdown, there is a curfew, we made sure that we have done that. That's what we signed for, and I respect these players. They are trying to play, but this is not. They have been not told mid-season that they need to be in bio bubble. They were told before start of the season that it will be under a bio bubble, and that's what they paid for. And that's their daily job, and that's many daily jobbers, doctors, policemen, many emergency services have come out in peak COVID and done their duties. So I think unless I understand the concern, but the players were told that the season will be under bio bubble. So I think, what do you think of the situation? I know the concern is very right, but with cases going down now, should players now start focusing on the pitch and stop thinking of the pitch? Because if say season is normal and all of a sudden there was a bio bubble implemented, then player can complain and say, we don't want to play because we thought season will be open, we can go have a party and everything, but now we are told that we need to remain inside a hotel room. So I think these are situations, and I think it's not easy. It's not easy to blame anybody, to blame league, to blame federations, to blame players, to blame teams. I think, but everybody knew going into the season this is the possibility going into this season. So I think that's the thing. Had Ridin Talan taken a wrong decision to move out of Northeast United, he was close to national team call-up during the season. Will he come back to Northeast United to revive his career? I think that's important, and I have been very keen on saying players need to make right move. Sometimes players move very early to big clubs and then they stop getting the playing time. If you see this season, Komal, Boris, these kind of players who were nowhere to be seen in last 3-4 years now started playing, doing well. So Norim Roshan made that choice to go to Bengaluru FC, fight for his place last 3-4 years, play for the youth teams. Now he have made the fullback position of his own at Bengaluru FC. So I think there are both sides of example. When big move have worked, when big move didn't work. Apuya moved to Mumbai City FC. He's playing regularly. So I think depending on what kind of opportunity he's getting, what kind of communication you have with the club, that's also very important. My thoughts, Prakhar Pandey on Jamshedpur. I did the season preview. I told you guys that having Owen Coyle on board, continuing the team they wanted to build was a great decision, and they going to improve on what they have last season. The weakness of having a lack of depth in Indian players, they made sure they signed right Indian player, right position. And those Indian players didn't come for not for very high salaries, because they were the players who were not wanted at the other clubs. They wanted to move on from Valskis in the summer only, which didn't happen. They ultimately moved him in Chennai in the winter window. But Greg Stewart have been a fantastic signing and looks like the title challenger at this stage. Any news on Thapa? Does he extend his contract? Which it's not extended till now, Nandi. But if, as you've seen, Changte moves have been done. He has signed the pre-contract. If Thapa, he has not signed the pre-contract with anybody else, so it's open move for everybody. Let's see if Chennai FC can get him on board, and give him the maybe new contract. He's doing so well. I will say one thing. Thapa has won trophies with Chennai FC, and in recent time, Chennai FC, of course, their budget and everything have been not as the same level of, say, Mumbai City FC, ATK Mohun. So, but Thapa has his own legacy with Chennai FC, and he's a captain of the team. And a tough situation he is in. If I was Thapa, I will see if I can get opportunities, say, outside India. I will go and love to take that, because this year is the time for him to move out. If he sign another 3 to 4 year deals, it's impossible for him to go out then, it will be like Sandesh Jingan, it will be like Subroto Paul, it will be like just a gimmick move to go out and, to come back without playing any game time. So I think this is the time for Thapa. If he wants to leave, go and play outside India. Then the other option is stay with Chennai FC. You will see what kind of options he have. I don't think Mumbai City FC will want him, because they have already signed Vinit Rai, they have Apuya, they have somebody like Rahnir in those midfield position, Ronin Bojes. So I think there is ATK Mohun who have been interested in him for a while now, not this season. They have been interested from last couple of seasons. So I think that's what Thapa option have. Another option is, of course, maybe going to Bengaluru FC. So I think maybe staying with Chennai FC or going out, I think, are the best two options for him. If you ask me personally, yes, you will get your mobile wallpaper version. We're going to make a post for the members who have joined we have at least 7 to 10 members who have joined the club, who have joined the membership at the YouTube channel of KNTV. All are going to get the customized mobile wallpaper, and we are going to send them some more gifts in a couple of weeks. Quality of finals is not so good. They are not begging the goal like hell, I think. But you can say the league have become very competitive, because you're playing with 4 foreigners. You have to balance out, and that's why the struggling point for many of clubs is that they're not able to balance out the 4 foreigners with the other Indian players. So Sushil Kumar, आपको नहीं मिल पाएगा. जिन्होंने membership ली है, उनको मिलना है. So that's our promise. So we're going to make a community post very soon for the members, and where they can tell their mobile model number, whatever your mobile model number, you can tell us. If you want for laptop, you can tell the laptop mobile number, and our designer and your favorite player, from any sports, other than cricket, of course, for whom you want the wallpaper for, and our team will send you the high quality files for your phone and laptop. So that's the thing. AGM meeting, I think it's tomorrow, but don't put your lots of hope on the AGM meeting. I think majority announcement come from there will be Indian Women's League and I-League. So don't think about it getting to. If Jingan on a loan with ATK Mohun next season, will he go for another foreign clubs? Inform me, sir. I don't think he will go now, because as I said, the age Jingan is you will need a magic of a performance or a trial to get a deal, crack on the good European league. At that age, it's tough for clubs to take a punt. I have talked to at least 40 to 50 European clubs in the last 4-5 years, worked very closely with the people to take Indian player outside. It's not that simple as people think, I think they want to invest in a project. So when player is 18, 19, 20, that's the time European club will take punt on the Indian player. So they play 2 to 3 years, then sell him when he's a peak of 23, 24. So I think the Indian players, if they want to go out, it's before under 22 or before under 23 maximum. I think unless you have very extraordinary talent, and even if you're 25, 26, he can go to Europe. But I think that's not possible. We don't have that extraordinary talent on board with us. So our players, the age of 18, 19, 20, 21 is the perfect age for them to go out and try their luck in Europe. But it's not happening at this stage. Anything next about women's team? Bhaiya, happy Harsh. So women's league will happen at this stage. Still no confirmation, but I think since after that there is a FIFA Under-17 World Cup coming up, focus of the federation will be there. But let's see what national team does, because we have to consider this Asia Cup is also the qualifiers for the World Cup, and I think which is a joke, by the way. AFC. Consider them one of the biggest federation in the world, confederation of the world. I think they should have separate World Cup qualifiers for the women's also, and maybe a combined first round, and then have a separate Asia Cup, because that will give more games to the women's team. ISL viewership reducing. Yes, it is reducing, Vikram. It is not as good as the previous season. There are various factors behind that. What do you think about Nogdamba Noriman is playing time? Again, I'm surprised with the choices by the of the player. Went to Kelo Blaster, had some game time. Went to ATK Monman, the deal fall off. Came to Goa. Not sure, is it because of his form is not playing? Is he injured? There is no clarification regarding the same. Nogdamba Norim was one of the wanted player by European club after 2017 World Cup. He had that technique, by the way, compared to other Indian players in the World Cup squad. So let's see. Can we expect more changes in ATK Monasco due to the new coach, new tactics and new players? Will David Williams continue ATK? I don't think David Williams will say he is not extended. He wanted to leave in last 2 seasons. He had a chat with multiple ISL team also. But I think Juan Fernando is trying to show us that what his team will all about. He is going to trust more Indian players. We already seen what happened in the Kolkata derby. I think fantastic for Indian football and Kolkata derby, having an young Indian player coming and scoring hat-trick from bench was one of the best moment for me from this season. My top 4 prediction. अर्जुन जी, आपको कोई टेंशन नहीं है, आप तो हमारे पड़ोस में ही रहते हो, तो आपको मेंबरशिप के बेनिफिट ऑफलाइन भी मिले हैं, आपको डिजिटल बेनिफिट भी चाहिए, वो भी मिल जाएंगे जल्दी, टेंशन लेने की बात नहीं है. Compared to previous season, this season ISL advertisement has been reduced and many of my friends not aware of ISL happening, and that's between Star and the league. Star has not done much this season for the promotion of the ISL. I think I'm not sure. There are things going behind the scene, which of course I can't speak at this moment. But let's see what happened next season. What's the reason behind FC Go downfall? I think there are a couple of first, the strikers, first time in recent years the striker signing had not worked for them. I remember doing the preview and doing the transfer show when the signing was done. I told you guys that the striker have not scored regular goal in last few seasons, but I thought Goa scouting have been very thoroughly, or they have done thorough scouting in the previous time, and I thought it will work for them, but it has not. So that's one thing. Injury to Brendan and the key players, and maybe the Indian players have not stepped up like other teams. Indian players have stepped up, so I think that's some reason for them to not have the good season. And once ISL is very competitive league. Once you're down. Team going to push you very hard to low in the table. Should Bangalore give playing time to Vidyasagar Singh? I think if Vidyasagar deserve the playing time, what he's doing in training, I think he'll get the playing time. We have seen the other young players getting the playing time. Vikram says should be that's I've taken. Des Buckingham, I think I'm surprised. I thought he was doing good, but I think maybe he's caught in between now. Let's see if he can get into playoff. I think we'll judge him at the end of the season. I think he will be the coach for the FC Champions League, so that will be great. So I think let's move to the Indian players who I think might do well in upcoming decade. And I have taken the recent form of these players. Of course, I have not taken the young players who are at say at under 16, under 18 level. I have taken players who are playing in ISL at a professional, fully professional right now, and doing very well. And here I'm proposing a solution to play Brendan and Khel together in a formation which might work for India. And that formation is also a talk of the town in Europe since Ralf Rangnick has moved to Manchester United. My main reason is, we don't have a number 9 who's scoring regular goal. Liston can play number 9. Aniket Jadhav has not played number 9 regularly. So I think now let's talk about this thing. Also, somebody asking about, I will do my prediction top 4. Collab with other channels. We are open to it. Let's see who approaches. Will Des be sacked? Who do you think the coach of FC Champions League? Don't think Des will be sacked. Before moving to that, just hit the like button. When we get a 50 likes, then I'm going to move to Indian players from next 5 to 10 years who I think will do well. One thing on Northeast United, what I want to tell you is that Northeast approach the Indian coaches in ISL with our teams. With the project and everything, I think they had a conversation with a couple of coaches who are already working with ISL teams, but ultimately I think nobody want to move mid-season. They want to complete what they've started, and I think that's why Khalid Jamil is still the coach. but of course we have seen what the technical director have been doing in recent matches. So I think not a good. I think they need to give Khalid Jamil a chance. He has been one of the successful coaches in recent time. Give him some control, give him some time period. It's not that your budget is huge that he will compete for playoff places always. Is there any way Star Sports going out of ISL? They will leave their stake in the 2 of the 3 years. It's a 10-year deal, so I think that we can only ask out of the deal get expired. Sahel only skill but does not show much in ground. I will not agree. This season Sahel have been very productive, compared to the previous season, and you have to give him chance. Why I want to play Sahel Brendan together, because we don't have the number 9. Manveer Singh's season is not that good. I think Aniket Jadhav has scored 2 goals, 3 assists for him. Liston is good goal scorer. You can play Changte, you can play Udanta in this formation. So that's we think about. So as I told, 50 likes, it's 49. So we'll move on 50 likes when we get 50 likes. By the way, will Narendra Gehlot leave Jamshedpur? There are offers have been made to Narendra Gehlot, but decisions still have not been taken place. So should Ranjit Bajaj be the next AFF president? AFF president are not made like this. Ranjit Bajaj need to enter the State Football Federation first, and then he can think about the AFF president election. So of course we got the like. So let me just open my tablet and get my magic pen on and change the screen. Yep. So I think these are the players who I liked this season, who have been done well. Of course we have some options which we can of course talk about, but at this point I want to see a core of Indian team. Okay, just give me 1 second. I think everything is clear to you guys. So this is what I think that India can do. We don't have any number 9. We don't have any number 9 with us. So I think playing somebody like these two together, who can stretch your defense and go on the wings, and allow that situation when your fullback are on top, like here somewhere, and then allow these two players play in tandem, and dominate those spaces between your defensive midfield and forwards, because both Brandon and Sahel are good goal scorers, they are good goal creators. And why not if you don't have number 9, if Manveer is not performing, I think there is no reason that we need to stick with Manveer. I'm seeing ahead because world is changing, football is changing, the number 9, traditional number 9 are going out of the game, and as I said, somebody Ruya home from Khel last year. Of course, he can be any of these one centre back, which club has more budget, ATK Mohun Bagan, Mumbai City FC, last 2 years spending, I will say ATK Mohun Bagan, but of course, this is changing now. So I think, as I said, I'm coming back to the topic now. We don't have a good number 9 who have scored goals. Manveer doesn't play as a number 9 at ATK Mohun Bagan. Even Liston Aniket doesn't play as a number 9. If you don't have it, what we can do? I think this is the solution. I can assume, you have 2 good center midfield in Apuya and Thapa, who can dominate that midfield by own, but can get always help from Brandon and Sahel, which will make that this kind of a situation for us to dominate. And these 4 players go up and down, and create the situation when you need to defend also. For example, you can have Brandon Sahel and you can defend in this way also. Brandon going here, Sahel going here, then you have Liston and Niket, and defend narrow. And whenever you want support for your fullback, you can also ask Liston and Niket do like this, and then you can leave Sahel up front and then defend like situation like this. Sahel has ability to turn around. Ishan Pandita says somebody 9-9, but Ishan Pandita still have not shown enough as a footballer throughout the 90 minutes to assume that he be the India's starting centre forward, because then you have to take either of Brandon Sahel out or Aniket Jadhav out and then put Udanta or something like out. You also have options of somebody like let me just show. Yeah, somebody like Udanta, Ashish, Suresh, I have added on those. So you have option like these, to see. I will keep on adding. I'm doing my stats, and Ashish Rai have done very well as a defender this season, but you can't ignore this guy. Naurim Roshan, what he had done at Bengaluru FC, and I think that's the world is moving into now. Getting into the attacking football. Your fullbacks need to be attacking. You can't have fullbacks who just defend. You need somebody like Akash Mishra and Roshan Naurim. I think it's time for India to move away from somebody like traditional football like Subhashish Bose, Pritam Kotal. I think world is changing, and as I told, we don't have number 9. So I think these are the situation you have. You can defend like this, or you can ask somebody like Liston to stay ahead, Sahel to stay ahead, and somebody you can defend like this also. So I think this given a possibility to dominate midfield whenever you get chance to dominate, because these 4 midfielders are the best in India right now in their position, and you have to give credit for Sahel what he has done, and so I think this thing, and the reason why I've picked Liston and Aniket, both has done fantastic as attackers this season, but they are not a traditional number 9. So I think allow them to go, play in these position here, Liston, Aniket here, and then of course they can go up to narrow and be the center. Then allow Sahel to play here, where he's done very well for Khel last year in these positions, Sahel. And then Brendan, of course, give him authority to cover the grass or the left and the number 10 position and be here. Then of course, Thapa can join, Apuya can be here, then Akash Mishra and Roshan going here, giving Sahel and Brandon to go narrow. And of course, you have Deepak Tangadi, Sana or Ruigam from Kerala Blaster. There are Jitendra is also there, Narendra is also there, Sumit Rathi is there. They have good. Anwar Ali, by the way, he's also in the contention for these places. So I think I will going to create this list. I started today. I will complete this list very soon. The 20 players, 25 players, I think, who will form this core of Indian football team in next 4-5 years. And I think then also very important to have a good coach who can make this system work. It's not easy to implement a system without a number 9, because then you want to have a situation when you're playing long, maybe get Aniket Jadhav center, situation like these, and switch, make it a 4-2-3-1. So coach need to very flexible of these formations, that what he wants to do with this formation, how he want to defend it. Does he want to defend in a 4-4-2 in this way? Does he want to defend this way in a 4-4-2 where you have this and a midfield this? Just give me a second. You have this, and midfield situation like this, and defend like this in a midfield 4, defense 4, and 2 up front. Or another option is, of course, then. So this is the situation. The coach need to tell make the team coach properly, so they know what they need to do. I think best way to defend, I think personally, if you ask me, we'll put Brendan, Sahel here, and maybe put Liston and Niket on the wings. And whenever you get chance, if ball is here, Sahel can be the outlet. If ball is in these areas, then Sahel can drop. And Brendan can be the outlet, or Liston can be outlet. Brendan goes here. So I think that's where you need a proper coach going into the with these Indian players. This is a situation I created. Let me just give me 1 second. How we can see this thing going for India ahead without a number 9. Play these players, give them chance. I think invest in the team. If we don't have any number 9, there will be no magic that rato raat ko number 9 nahi aa jayega jo goal maar sake. So if we don't have it, we have to change our playing style. So this is the thing. This is the for you guys, the how we want to defend. And when they defend, and then you can use these kind of situation. Apuya can carry the ball. He can place Aniket or Sahel. Then you bring Brandon or Sahel in the play in that number 10 position. Let them have an interplay, and then you can have something like this situation between Liston and Aniket who come into the box. Roshan and Akash Mishra having here. So I think not a bad thing to play with. And I think what do you guys think about situation like these? And I think let me go back now and let me go back, open the project again. You guys let me know what do you think about the shape, this shape. Do you think that India can play without the number 9, have someone like Brendan and Sahel in that pockets between the strikers, forwards and the midfield, have somebody like Apuya deep, Thapa in a number 8 role, have somebody like Akash Mishra and Norim Roshan in the fullback attacking position to dominate these area for India, as you're not playing at traditional wingers. So I think I will come to you guys. What do you guys think about Mohammad Yasir? Another good guy. You can use Yasir in place of Sahel, by the way, or you can switch Brendan or Sahel. So I think the rotation can take place, but I think something like this can be done because you are not using any number 9 who will remain in these areas. You're using two floating forwards who can play wide, who can go and attack on the box, also train them for finishing opportunities, make them lethal in front of the goal, and then try to dominate game in the midfield. If India wants to go to the next round of AFC Asian Cup in next couple of decades, 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, so I think they need to implement a philosophy like these, because I am not seeing any number 9 coming up. And even if it comes up, does well in the youth team, we have seen what happened with those number 9, Rahim Ali, we have seen Aniket Jadhav, they usually turn into the wingers. They will play in the situation. I don't see any players right now who can play this position for India. Manveer Singh has not been doing well. Rahim Ali is the player which many have been asking for, but I think has not done enough. Again, I think somebody is saying not able to see. Let me make there a small, medium. That's the only thing I can do. Yeah. So I will tell if not everybody read it. Maybe let me zoom in a little bit more. I think this should be better now. Yes, please dekhiye. Kiran Nasiri, somebody says, I think one game we have to give him more chance, but of course he will be part of this team. There are various players which I have of course not put in here. I thought I didn't get much time to put 15 to 20 players in, but I think I'm going to make this pool fill with these players who I think should be part of Indian core team in next 5-10 years. And I'm going to take some questions regarding the same. Rahim Ali has a good shout, but still not a traditional, he's not playing a traditional number 9, done well for Chennai FC at the start of the season. So I think that's the thing. What do you think, that should India play the number 9 here and play some like Manveer Singh, play some Rahim Ali next 5-10 years, or you see any other player, or we ditch the number 9 formation and instead we put 2 forward players in the support of 2 playmaker behind the 2 center midfield and attacking fullbacks in form of Roshan, Akash Mishra, Ashish Rai, these kind of fullbacks. What have Thapa and Brendan best midfield? Of course, you have to give Thapa, Brendan up. My dream midfield for India, I've said many times. Until I thought about this formation was always this. I thought, I will have somebody like Brendan as the number 10, Thapa, Apuya in here, somebody like Liston, Udanta, maybe. Somebody like Udanta or anybody playing from the right wing, come on, Udanta, come. Udanta sir आ नहीं रहे तो सहल को ले जाते हैं. Udanta, and then 4-2-3-1 which Igor Steamer was playing. But then I thought about, I'm thinking about this, I'm seeing the form of the Indian forward players, and then I thought, I think it's good for India to maybe not think about this, play these attacking wingers or a forward players, play your 2 number 10, 2 playmakers, and play your best midfield in Thapa and Apuya together. And then I think why we should defend all the time. Why not put more attacking players? These attacking players have performed well in the league. They should get opportunities whenever they can. I think that will be the thing. And maybe I will change the color for you guys also. Make it maybe grey. That will be more readable. I hope so. So I think something like this India can do. But not Rahul KP, he was really good in the 23 qualifiers. Whenever he had the ball, he really has the confidence to hold on the ball and make the things happen. Rio Shiman. Again, I think this position, we can see somebody like Rahul KP playing, I think because in these 2 positions, you can see Udanta, Changte, Rahul KP, Rahim Ali, even Aniket Jadhav, Rohit Dhano, or more attacking players. Then, because you're not asking them to do the number 9 job, you're asking them to do the forward player job. Whenever they can go, they can go to the wings. Whenever they can go to the box. We have seen Rahul KP scoring those goals. So I think something doing like this can help, because India don't have many number 9s. How many number 9 we have right now in the our domestic structure? Maybe one, Manveer Singh, and if you can count Sunil Chhetri too. But to do this, these two, we have so many options. You have Jerry Mointhama, you have Mohammad Yasir, who can play in these positions. Then maybe you can put Sahel up front, Rahul KP. There is option of Udanta. There is option of Ashik, who has done very well in the forward position whenever given chances, not as a left back by the way. I'm talking about the attacking forward. Then the upcoming player like Siddharth Jangra, Siddharth Singh, Himanshu Jangra, Rohit Dhano, Rahim Ali. I think you have so many options like these. Even Bipin Singh can play, because then you are not asking them to do the number 9 job. You are asking them to to play like a free flowing forward, who have to do everything. They can go to the wing, play on the wing position, play on these position. They can here whenever they want. Maybe put Sahel and Brandon and make something like this. If they are going attacking on these box area, then you have Brandon and Sahel to support, and Akash Mishra and Roshan Noram to occupy the wing area. I think not bad. That's going to give you 2 goal scorer up front, 2 goal scorer up front, 2 playmaker, 2 good midfielders, 2 good centre back, and 2 good full back who can dominate wings. So I think. Do you guys think that India should try something like this? And I think it's, of course, after this game, I was thinking a lot because I was going through various numbers in the stats from this season. By the way, I'm coming back to mainframe, and let me go to the stats. And I was just checking that goal scorer, for example, this season. I was checking the highest goal scorers. I think highest is listed, by the way. Ogbeche scored 13 goals. Agarngalo 8, Brown 6, Jonathan 5, Stewart 5, Eridai 5, Silton Silva 5, Hugo 5, Liston class of 5 goals and 4 assists. So that tell you that Liston's numbers are very similar to what Greg Stewart number are. He had 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 goals and assists in 1064 minutes. Liston has not played 1064 minutes. He has played 977 minutes, which is nearly 100 minutes less than Stewart. And he has 5 goals. Sorry, he has 1 assist. Okay. Sorry, Hugo has 4 assists. Liston has 1 assist. So I think then Liston has 5 goals, and then next goal scorer is Sahel with 4 goals. And then the next goal scorer is Bipin Singh with 3 goals. Udanta Singh 3 goals. Sohail VP 3 goals. And of course, we know Kian Nasari has also scored 3 goals. Other than that, you have Aniket Jadhav, who have scored some goals and provided assists. Even Laldan Raltai at Northeast United has 2 goals, 1 assist. Aniket Jadhav have 2 goals, 3 assists. So I think that's the major reason I thought of doing this, and if you talk about the passing percentage also for Indian player, Suresh Singh has done very well, I think, for Bengaluru in terms of passing. But let me take the players who have made at least 1,000 passes. Adubidi have been fantastic. Anwar Ali, good passing percentage. I think it's a good shout for the centre back position. Nishu has done well in the limited time he has got the game time this season. So I think important for India to maybe not think about the the number 9 position anymore. Maybe try these attacking players who have been doing well. Thapa has been highest key passes among Indian players with the 15 key passes alongside VP Sohair. So I think that's the thing all about that you play your best players. Play your best player, and what you have in which position. You have put 2 number 10s. Why not play that? Many coaches have done past change their tactics. Why should we play number 9 where number 9 is not scoring goals in the domestic football? Why should you go for that? Because we only have 1 number 9 in the whole domestic football. Why not go for something like Liston, Udanta, Changte, Sahel, Bipin Singh, Aniket Jadhav, Rahul KP, these kind of players who can go and score. So I think, and that's my whole question is, any Indian player I'm seeing that who has not scored. Sunil Chhetri's XJ is 3.3 and he's just scored, I think, one goal. So he has massively underperformed this season, by the way, Mr. Chhetri. So I think that's the only alarming bell for India. If Chhetri doesn't score goals, who will score these goals? Do we have those strikers with us to score those goals? So I think that's the most important thing. So yeah, coming back to your comments now, I think enough of stats. I'm said Ruiva will be part of the centre back team department. I think who will be make the 4-5 centre back we have who can play good football from back. We have Vikram Pratap in national team because he was really impressive in AFC 23 qualifiers. He deserves a chance. Meenu Sanjay, that's the whole point. Vikram Pratap, another forward player who is not a number 9. He is a striker who can play in the right wing, left wing, center, but he's not a number 9. So that's the whole point I'm trying to make, that it's time for maybe Indian team, Indian coaching staff think beyond the number 9 formation and think about playing these two strikers. Indian national team can forget about number 9 for next 5 to 10 years, switch to modern football where anyone can score, not just only depend on number 9. JR Tamil, that's a fantastic point, and that's the point I'm trying to make. You don't have number 9 to score goals, but you have attacking players like Liston, Udanta, Aniket Jadhav, Vikram Pratap Singh, Rohit Dano, Rahim Ali, Changte, to score Jerry Manthama, to score those goals. Why not play those players? Give them confidence, that you are a main goal scorer, because we don't have any typical number 9 coming like or goal scorer like Sunil Chhetri or Baiching Bhutia. When Bhutia was retiring, Sunil Chhetri was scoring goals for fun in the domestic football for India. Similar, when Agm Meeting was on the last stage of his career, Bhutia was scoring for the fun for India. Right now, we don't have anybody like that. So I think it's better for Indian football to go and invest in these young forwards. You can't teach the number 9 trade that easily. So instead of get 2 attacking forwards who can play on the wings and maybe do well. I know Apuya Thapa are better individual, but Jixon Puyuta has really proven to be a really good double pivot. They move as a unit, were on a par, any the number 6 duo. Your views? I think that's important because you're playing with each other throughout the season in your club. We have seen in past international team doing that, making the core of squad from particular club. Example is there was Spain winning the World Cup and the Euros with the core of the squad coming from Barcelona. So I think that's a good example. Something with Germany has done in Bayern doing something very similar for them. Then France is an example where the core of the team was not playing together, but the individual quality was so good that even the coach changed his formation style according to the player he has available with him. So I think that's all about. Of course, if coach thinks that Jixon and Puyuta can, I only think with Jixon and Puyuta is that I also want to see that can they. Sometimes your playmaker are not having good day. We have seen Thapa chipping in with goals. Important goals for Indian Chennai FC. Important assist for Chennai FC. He has that engine in him. I have not seen Jixon have scored goal from corners, by the way, but have not seen Jixon going up and down throughout the game, and maybe entering the opponent box also. So Jixon can be the number 6. The reason Apuya is the number 6 because that he will give freedom to somebody like Thapa to go and attack when India is attacking. Maybe teams like Nepal, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Philippines, these kind of teams, where we can go and win the games. But I think not a bad shot for Apuya and so for Jixon and Puyuta to be together as the national team. Pandita is an option, but Pandita, again, I have said last year, my stance is very same. Have not done enough throughout the 90 minutes to be called as the number 9 for Indian team. I think playing for Indian team should be pride. It should be earned. It should not be like that because we don't have anybody, then you are playing. Pandita is a good goal scorer, but I still feel that he needs to do more on the pitch other than scoring goals. And he is like a traditional number 9 who doesn't do much off the ball, as compared to say Liston or these kind of players. So I think that's the important. Please answer why Indian players became so nervous in international matches that they can't even receive ball properly. Vikram, I think nervous is a pressure because they know that a mistake will be highlighted a lot. They don't play regularly. They play once in a while. So the pressure is huge because when you play for a club, it's your club fans, it's opponent club team watching you. When you for India, everybody is watching you. I think that's pressures is not easy to handle sometimes. AFF should start all youth league which were postponed due to COVID now, since the condition is improving and tournaments can take place at regional level if not national. Aniket Saman, very important point. I've been told the schools have been opened in the various cities now. If schools can be opened, I think grassroots football can be started. Can Indian team play gegen pressing? Indian players can have stamina throughout the 90 minutes. I think gegen pressing is a concept which, of course, promoted by the football manager. I have also played football manager for 4 years. But I think now there's a smart way of doing pressing. You don't need to press for 90 minutes. You need to press particular blocks, particular region on the pitch. Now teams are not pressing the ball till they say in the final third of the opponent team. They are allowing them to bring the ball, and then on the half line they are pressing and winning the ball. So I think the different type of pressing now. If you talk to the various coaches, they will tell you more about. So it's not necessity that you need to implement gegen pressing. You can do a different type of pressing system also. Any chances of changes in the AFF federation? I think I'm not sure of that. Anything happening very soon. Anything about Hoiram Pruvia performance? Let me open these numbers for you guys and tell you that what's going on for him this ISL season, how he is doing compared to the other options we have. Here's a highlight of the season. Let me go. Yes, he has played 8 matches. One yellow card, one red card also, one error leading to goal. But let's see what he has done. Average per match, 15 challenges, out of which 59% he has won it. Air challenges, 51% won, 6 per match he has been attempting. He is also very neat and clean dribbler also. 3.5 tackles per match, 68% successful. So I think coming into, I think this was his first ISL season. Playing for Kerala Blaster with pressure is huge. You have to give credit to him. I will just see that what is his passing percentage also for you guys. Just give me some time. 76% is passing accuracy. So not a bad for a youngster who coming into this season and trying to make a mark at the club where the pressure is huge. So I think kudos to him and the coach and the Kerala Blaster management. And I think again he's one of the players who will see playing a lots of minutes for India in upcoming years. Should I think Mohammad Nawaz as a backup goalkeeper instead of Dheeraj Singh in national team? I think Aminder have been very good deputy for Gurpreet. I think Gurpreet will be India's number one. I think you can keep Dheeraj and Nawaz as the 2 deputy. Both are the 2 different type of goalkeepers. But at national team level, India play bigger team, so there is not much passing which India do from behind, from the back. So you need a goalkeeper who is very good on the air. Dheeraj provide the stability. Of course, Dheeraj has committed his own mistake, but Dheeraj has done well in the big games also. Mohammad Nawaz is as talented as anybody in goalkeeping department, and he has something extra which other goalkeepers don't have. So it's not a bad option to have. What do you think about Norim Roshan? Should he be used as a winger in national team? I think if we can do well in ISL as a defender, why not play in the... I think this is something very... World is moving towards attacking fullbacks. If we have a Norim Roshan who has played throughout his life as a fullback, why not play him as a fullback? He can score from both legs. He can take free kick from both legs. He can take corner from both legs. I think he should play as a fullback, because we don't have good fullbacks. Wingers, at least we have good options here. Is there any SAF Club Championship this year? There are no SAF Club Championship happening for sure. Which league you want to see in ISL next season? I don't think anybody coming from I-League this season to ISL next season. But I think getting somebody from North will be very important. So if you see Sudeva Delhi, Round Glass Punjab or Real Kashmir, you guys can pick one option for sure. Chinese TP required a draw now to qualify for the Women World Cup, and India could have been that team. Disappointing whatever happened last week, and I think I feel for the players, by the way. The girls, they might be still thinking they could have qualified for the World Cup. I think it might be not as tough for them, but it will be very tough for them if they see something like Chinese Taipei getting qualified for the World Cup. Recent performance in hockey. I think Yash asked this question before also. Hockey, I think I've watched a couple of under-19 games also which happened. India is doing very well in hockey. The resources, the government support they have been getting. Of course, if you win the medal in Olympic, but the support from Odisha government for hockey was fantastic in last 5 years. They have played as important role as anybody to revive hockey game in India. I think hockey is doing well. Women's team defeated China twice. thrice by the way. I think that's great, and one score line was fantastic, and they I think scored 7 goals against China. So I think hockey is going on a right track for India now. VP Soyer in place of Bipin Singh, both are the good players. Presently, I think the VP Soyer should be part of Indian team. Any news of Kerala market activity this window? What position are they looking for a reinforcement? Window is closed, so if you're talking about summer, there's a long way to go for it. Of course, the initial target have been marked, the Indian players which they might want to target, but there's a still long way before the summer window open. Do you think Dheeraj and Aminder should be dropped and Kattimal and Gill be taken as a backup for Gurpreet? I will be very honest. You need, when you talk about backup goalkeeper, you need 3 goalkeepers. I will keep one goalkeeper, a young goalkeeper who I'm seeing in next 5 years will be my goalkeeper. Gill can be that guy, Dheeraj can be that guy, Nawaz can be that guy. Second goalkeeper I will need who can, if say my first choice goalkeeper get injured, who should be the good enough straight away to get in and perform at a similar level, which Aminder had done past for India. He's ISL winner, he's a serial winner, he has done very good individual performance as a goalkeeper. So I think not a bad shot, but I will not call Kattimani. I think Aminder still a good dipty for Gurpreet. But of course, someone like Gill, Nawaz and Dheeraj can fight for the third spot. BFC chances, I think BFC looks good for the top 4 the way they are playing right now. Any news about the youth team will be allowed to play in KAFA Tournament Championship? There's no KAFA Championship have been taken place since the India have joined it. So I think we still have to wait and figure it out, will it happen or not. I think lots of people joining in. Just to tell everybody, the time has changed till the PKL final, which is 26th of Feb. Inside Indian football, every Friday is 5 p.m. Once Pro Kabaddi League final happens, we'll move back to 6 p.m. time. And we have discussed a lots of stuff. A national team which can be potentially Indian team in next 5 to 7 years. So once this video goes offline, you guys can go and watch those section also. What about Indian team in Futsal World Cup? Not sure that India is playing in Futsal World Cup, and futsal is also a very alien kind of concept for AFF. We have seen them doing national championship, but the national championship winner is not going to AFC Champions League, which is a continental tournament for futsal. Do you think Harmanjot Kabra should be brought as a backup for Ashish Rai? I still see Ashish Rai, Saritan and Noram Roshan are good shout for the right back, but Harmanjot Kabra is not a bad bet considering he'll play multiple position. But will the coach wants to go that way, bring players in the later 20s or early 30s? Can ATK want to do better in AFC Cup this and that? I think Juan Fernando understand the AFC competition, they will do better. But let's see what the management approach for the same. I think good to see more people joining in. If you're liking what we're doing here, you can hit the like button. Also, we have launched the channel membership, by the way. It's for 100 rupees plus 19 rupees GST per month, in which you're going to get various features on the channel. You get highlighted as a new member. Plus, we are going to send you some merchandise in between. Also, a mobile or a laptop wallpaper customized for you, for your screen size, from our graphic designers. So that's we're going to announce very soon. So if you guys want to join, support our work, you can join for just 119 rupees per month, which might motivate us to do more and more video content, do better on the website side. Also, you all know about khelnow.com. So I think thank you for all the support and love in last few weeks or few months. So forward for ISL next year still not clear, still talks are going on. According to what should be the starting lineup for Indian team according to this ISL season. Alok, if you have missed the initial session, I will go back in my tab again and just put you give you the idea that what I think can be the Indian team going from this ISL season in terms of the form. So this is on your screen, you can see now. Of course, this is in between the we'll bring players back to their initial position. I think this can be Indian team going into this, based on this ISL season form. I have not selected any number 9. I have selected 2 modern strikers, 2 good playmakers in Brandon and Sahel, Apuya and Thapa, 2 good defensive midfielders, and defense of Akash Mishra, Deepak Tangadi, Sana and Noram Roshan, who are very good attacking fullbacks in Akash Mishra and Noram Roshan, 2 good centre midfield in Apuya and Thapa, and Brendan and Sahel, and Liston and Aniket. Maybe you can try in place of Aniket, you can try something like Changte, somebody like Udanta, somebody like Vikram Pratap Singh, somebody like Rohit Dhano, whoever you want, because India doesn't have any number 9 anymore, because we have not seen the performance of Manveer Singh, and we have just one number 9. So if you have just one number 9, why not play these attacking players together, give them freedom to attack on the opponent team and do well. So this is what I think that Indian team can be going into next 4-5 years. And then of course you add player like Ruyam as a centre back. There is Jerry Mointhama. There are many more players you can add into this thing, and which India can build on in future. Don't play any proper number 9 because we don't have any proper number 9 anymore. I think thank you guys for joining in. 6:30 there will be Kabaddi show coming up. I will see you next week again, Friday 5 p.m. From the studio only, hoping with the more tactical content. I'm going to add more and more tactical content, maybe share my knowledge about various football formation I understand. You guys can send your request. If you're members, you can send your request in the community hub, in the Twitter social media of Khel Now. Links are in the description. Yash Bhatt have been sending Sunil Chetri emojis. You can also send. You have to just join the membership and get those features also, alongside mobile wallpaper, merchandise which we're going to offer very soon, and their social media link. Every link is in the description. You can join there. So I will see you soon next week. Subhashi and Kotal are gonna be the left back and right back of team of posture, says Vignesh. That's why I said this is the future I think Indians should have, not the present. I'm talking about present can be different, but I think these players done enough this season to be part of the Indian team squad going ahead. So guys, thank you very much for joining in. Great to see many of the old face coming back. We will be regular very soon now, Friday 5 p.m. till the 26th of Feb. After that, we'll come back to the normal time of 6 to 7 p.m. every Friday. Thank you guys for joining in. 6:30, you can join us for the Kabaddi show if you want.